Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 5 of the February 10-minute portrait challenge. Hi, Verena, Sizzy, Mariana, and Kolja. So nice to have you here with me on a Sunday evening. We're going to be sketching PJ Harvey today. Yesterday, we had a 2-hour session where we sketched 10 10-minute portraits, which was super fun. If you weren't there, you can go and check out the replay. Welcome, 81 Tizzle. You made it. Hi, Barbara. Here are some of the sketches from yesterday, and it's been so much fun. Sunday is usually like a family day. So I haven't been on Instagram as much, but it's been really wonderful seeing your work from the session. So many great sketches, and it just felt so good yesterday. Like, it was really nice that I was listening to music in the background, and it just felt so good yesterday. I love this one. The keyboard and the eyes was super fun to draw. A really exciting reference photo. So that was nice. So we're up to day 5, and we're already 14 portraits in and we're about to do our 16th of the 10-minute portrait challenge for this month. And the idea of this challenge is that with a short amount of time every day, we can practice, and cumulatively improve. And that's how I'm able to do these sketches. I've spent the past years doing lots of time portrait sketching, and just doing a lot of little practice leads to being able to get your sketch down and maybe even get a likeness, but just to explore different things in a short space of time, and then you learn a lot. And it's awesome having all of you along for the ride. And I'm going to bring up our reference, and thank you to Barbara for the suggestion. We're sketching PJ Harvey today, and I found a lot of really awesome reference photos, so many that I would like to work from. But you've got to just make a choice, don't you? But I really like. I'm going to kind of follow on from yesterday's process. So I'm going to be using the fine liner, the parallel pen, and some brush work for the hair. Where are you watching from? What are you going to be drawing with? And part of this challenge, everyone's just sketching with whatever they want, really. You can use whatever medium you like and just experiment and learn things and grow. It's really cool seeing what people choose to use. And some of you are following along pretty closely with the techniques that I'm using, and that's totally cool too. Let's do it. 10 minutes. Any PJ Harvey fans with us today, other than Barbara? I was aware of PJ Harvey, and I think I even saw part of a show she did once. I think I have this recollection at the Big Day Out, perhaps in Australia, which is like a one-day festival where Adelaide, at that time at least it seemed, didn't have any real music festivals where I come from in Australia. But there was the Big Day Out, which was like this one-day music festival which had, I can't remember, 10 different stages, 2 main stages, all sorts of different genres of music. And I think maybe I saw a bit of a set there. I have that. It feels like a memory that I may have. And I've been listening to some of her music today. It was something I thought was really interesting was that she seems to have a lot of collaborations, duets with other musicians, with Tom York, Nick Cave, Björk, the idea of these, these artists who are at a certain level of prominence, and probably part of being on the road, touring and meeting so many different musicians. These opportunities to collaborate arise when they kind of sharing the stage with so many people. So that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, and Good Fortune was a really cool song. If there are fans here, was she in a relationship with Nick Cave? He is Australian. I do not know. Oh, she was. She was in a relationship with Nick Cave. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, Nick Cave is Australian. I remember he also did a song with Kylie Minogue, The Wild Rose, which I really liked, and that was pretty big at the time. Two famous Australian musicians, I guess. I really love the hair here. I was looking through different reference images, and there were so many cool ones. And I really like the contrast of the hair, like this big cool hair shape. And there were a lot of other ones that had like really strong contrast, really prominent facial features. And I feel like it's less strong. Like it seems like a lot of the stage lighting and a lot of lighting in the photography has a particular kind of vibe to it, and this one's a bit different, but it's really cool. 3.5 minutes in. This is a Pilot parallel pen, 3.8mm, super broad nib. So throughout the week, these live streams are going to be at midday German time again. So they're in my evening on the weekend, and we'll get back to the noon rhythm during the week. Fred Stone, that's a big yes to PJ Harvey fan. It's I really like the song with Tom York. I really like Tom York's voice and music, and it's so cool to hear them singing together. And I put a link in the description to a video. She was in Kosovo. Really interesting. I don't really know a lot about Kosovo, so seeing like the scenes that were filmed as part of that music video, and just kind of like life there, and in I guess a war-torn region. It's pretty interesting to see. Yeah, so as I've mentioned a few times, I'm still, even though I have more than enough faces to draw for the month, I'm still really interested to hear who you'd love to draw, because there'll be more of these 10-minute portrait challenges. I'm really keen. I hope I can find it again, but I'm a big fan of Maynard James Keenan. And I found a few months back, I saw a really awesome photo, and I thought, oh, that'd be cool to draw. So that hopefully I'll find it, and that will be one of the days. That's one I'm really looking forward to. I've been wanting to draw this particular image for months. I think it'll be really cool. From Tool, A Perfect Circle, and Pussifer fame, and he does so many things. Such an inspiring person. Had so much fun with the jazz session yesterday. It's cool having so many of you there. I feel like I've stretched the face out a bit far with this one. I'm kind of getting all the line work, all the details and stuff I want to get in, and then just right at the end I'll be able to fill in the hair with brush and ink. Oh, you never knew what she looked like before today, Shannon. That's interesting. Oh, um, I don't know, something. Even though I have not been like a huge follower of her work, there are a few songs that I really like, and maybe it was the time that she was touring and big, and but I have this really clear visual memory of her. Like, she has such an interesting presence and a real kind of rock star vibe. Like, there's some, I don't know, what is it? It's like a classic rock kind of vibe to some of her music. It's really interesting. And I just saw today that she's got a poetry book project at the moment, which is super interesting. It's really interesting to see when artists who've had great success, a lot of musicians who then venture into visual arts, or I guess being a songwriter is already very poetic, but to work on a book of poetry, so seems like a cool kind of natural thing to do, natural progression. Maybe it's not the first one, I don't know. All right, got a minute left. This brush. Barbara, what have you got to share with us about PJ Harvey for those who are not intimately acquainted? This was Barbara's suggestion, sketching PJ Harvey. Oh, that looks cool with the hair. 2 seconds left. That's satisfying. Just filling in that super strong contrast at the end. Whoop. This webcam does some weird kind of exposure adjustments all the time. Unfortunately, I can't control it super well, but that was pretty fun. How did everyone go? I liked it. It's really interesting having such strong contrast in portraits, and because a lot of the work I've done in the past years has been very monochromatic or ink, so it's kind of it makes sense to have really strong contrast in the images. What did I miss in the chat? Watch part of the video, the wheel, before the stream. So yeah, if you're interested, if you're not familiar with PJ Harvey, you can check out the link in the description to go watch the wheel and have a little insight into life in Kosovo. She kind of saved you 14 years ago, listening to her music all the time. Awesome. Yeah, Maynard James Keenan Tool, I mentioned I'm really excited to draw him. That was also, for me, a really key moment where I felt kind of lost and adrift in Europe and had like, what am I even doing here? And then 10,000 Days came out, and it was just like, wow. It was like my focus. I just spent weeks just walking all the time listening to this music. So I'm pretty excited to draw Maynard James Keenan. And when you said, that she was pretty important to you, Barbara, that during that phase, I think, it's so cool how music can can mean so much. And yeah, I just love it. Love sketching these musicians and immersing myself in the music as part of this challenge. It's really cool. So thank you all very much for being here. And yeah, as I mentioned, tomorrow we'll be sketching at midday German time. So if you're able to join, that would be amazing. If not, you could catch the replay at this time. If this is a good time for you, then just join along by watching the replays. And I really love seeing what you do. So if you would like to share, use these hashtags here. Tag me. You could tag PJ Harvey. Maybe you should see it. Ren, who we drew on day one, has shared some of people's sketches that they've been sharing in their stories. So that's been really nice to see that he's been seeing some of your sketches. Really cool. And that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you all have a wonderful evening, day, whatever it is you're doing. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon.